Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA. Between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. I'll join you again at... But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. So happy to be with you, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
Cam has all the skills that you're looking for. The arm that can do everything, the ability to run, hard to bring down because of his size. But the joy that he plays the game, I think that's his stock in trade. That's his calling card. That's what sets him apart from other football.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Steelers. Come on.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
Eric Berry exemplifies what I think you're looking for in an NFL safety nowadays. He's what I call a down-and-distance guy. No matter what the offense has down and distance, they're going to deploy him in a spot where he can have the greatest impact. Versus the run, versus the pass, Eric Berry can do it all.
Let's go, team. Gonna be a long day.
On second down, Barber. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. An interesting note about the Steelers opening up on the road here. It's the 5th season in a row that they have started away from home. Longest active streak in the league. And, of course, pitting them against the Patriots, two of the most storied franchises, especially in the last couple of decades. Since 2002, these two teams have met in 3 AFC championship games, with New England getting the better of Pittsburgh all 3 times. And you think of the Lombardi trophies, with New England winning last year. Each of these franchises has 6 trophies, tied for the most in the entire league. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. From the 31, Newton. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down now, it's Barber. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And that is incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
I think one of the things that attracted people to Alex Smith initially was his mobility, and that's never changed. That guy's a great athlete, but he's so sharp with the football, so accurate, and takes care of it so well, he rarely puts his team in bad situations.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
14 yards is the pickup there at a New England first down. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. Jones has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. To throw is Smith. That finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Smith to throw again. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Justin Hardy there to make the grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. At his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. A throw over the middle taken in, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Newton. This short throw caught by Goddard, and he gets it down to the 32. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Well, that 2nd down completion is something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Newton throwing again. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Smith, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw, Smith. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So
it feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. He gets it to Humphries. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 45 on second down, Smith. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Now he will have a first down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We own this. We own this. Hey, my 7.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Smith now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, Smith. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Smith. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, New England. A 9-yard touchdown there. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Yeah, and he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. 3rd and 2, Newton gets it off to Freeman. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Newton now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Newton.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Steelers on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The shotgun snap for Newton. This is intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right? This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On first down, it's Gurley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games. Flush to his right. This one complete to Gresham. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling. So much for being conservative and running that football. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there. Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right? It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock. Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they... And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 8 yards out, and the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to. Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did. Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Rolling to his right. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Newton on first down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Newton now to throw. It's caught. Humphries. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now it's Newton. This short throw caught by Goddard. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Cam trying to rally his guys to the line as quick as he can. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line. Newton now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 12.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Here's Smith. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Defense.
Antonio Brown can... wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs at defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
90, wolf. Back to pass.
Throwing now, Smith. Complete to Jones. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Antonio Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2. Throwing again is Smith. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week one.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Pats, they start the campaign with a victory in front of it in next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.